Continuing with our team coverage on the impact a federal government shutdown could have on southern Nevada, we turn to tourism now, the engine that drives our economy. Our Steve Wolford joins us live from downtown Las Vegas. And Steve, you talked with two insiders today. They have a lot of knowledge about local tourism. So how are they reading the room right now?
Well, Dana, I got to tell you, we are very lucky in Las Vegas to have a couple of people like Jeremy Aguero at Applied Analysis at times like this, as well as Amanda Bellarmino. She's an assistant professor at the O'Hara College, UNLV's hospitality school. They say that we'll probably feel the impact of a government shutdown if it happens. The question is, will it be a feather or a sledgehammer?
If you look at either the Michigan Survey of Economic Sentiment or you look at the Consumer Confidence Index, both of those are showing relative weakness in terms of how people feel about what the future is going to be like.
And how people feel, according to Jeremy Aguero with Applied Analysis, plays a huge role in whether they want to visit fabulous Las Vegas and how long they stay.
That uncertainty, not that they're necessarily being affected by it immediately, but they're concerned of where it's going to go. Now you add on top of it a shutdown in the federal government.
On top of our potential visitors, Aguero says we also have 22,000 federal government employees in Nevada and thousands more contractors. Among them, TSA employees on the front lines with our air travelers.
If those paychecks aren't coming through, I imagine a few fewer people are going to show up at work, and that's going to delay things, not just here in Las Vegas, but travel across the United States.
The potential impact can also be gauged from previous government shutdowns, including the one in 2018 that lasted 35 days.
Historically, we have not seen any major impacts from government shutdowns, from any of the previous government shutdowns that there have been, especially from the data we have for this century.
UNLV's Amanda Bellarmino says, if nothing else, it's reason to be optimistic that our visitor numbers won't be adversely affected as Las Vegas recovers from the summer slump.
Government travel is not a very large part of our market, and we don't have any major upcoming events that would be directly impacted by the federal government. DC isn't our largest market. It's not like California. So typically it doesn't have a large impact on us, especially since most of these shutdowns seem to not last very long.
And for some context, Jeremy Aguero says there are 3 million workers in the federal workforce, not counting military. That's 1.9% of the nation's entire workforce, so it would only be a sliver of the total number of people who might be forced to cancel a vacation in the event they're furloughed and the paychecks stop coming, at least temporarily. Dana, back to you.
Well, that takes me to dovetails perfectly into my question here, because we know that tourists are worried about uncertainty and how much money they're going to have to spend. First, they got to pay for the bills, then they might be able to pay for the trips. Are we worried about that kind of impact too?
Yeah, that's right. Basically, that's the psychological effect that we're talking about. You have tariffs, you have inflation people are considering. They're trying to do their household budget, see how much discretionary income they have left. Then you throw in a government shutdown. It all adds up to the uncertainty. So right now, a lot of people are maybe thinking, I'll take that discretionary money that I have right now, put it in the bank, and see how all this turns out in the next couple of weeks.
Yeah, we like disposable income in this town for sure. All right, Steve, thank you for that. And I know earlier today you also had a chance to talk with Mike Pequeen, economist with Hightower Las Vegas, about how a government shutdown could impact our economy. He says it could have that psychological effect you were talking about, happening when consumer confidence is already a little bit shaky.
But it would be the overall impact emotionally over the next quarter, the next 3 months, as people go into the end of the year. We're just now about to start the fourth quarter. So people are going to start saying, you know what? We're going to need to spend money on Christmas. We see all these layoffs. The world's a little crazy. Let's focus on that instead.
For more on our interview with Pequeen, head over to our website at news3lv.com. And of course, we're going to have the latest on this looming government shutdown. For any new developments on this story, head to news3lv.com.
Up next.